was coming. That's why they make movies like this, because some of them actually have visions of this stuff, and some of them actually read the scriptures. Some of them have seen us out there teaching this for years about the chariots and all that, and they get ideas to make movies. That's why that one director that directed the movie King of New York wanted us to be in the next movie. Right, dealing with the end of the world, and he wanted us just to do just go out there and basically it was not going to be scripted. We just do it. He just wanted to film us so he could use it for his movie, but we declined. Why? Because they know that's what's going to bring the end of the world. They've been seeing it over and over again, and they know that at the end of this whole thing, the Lord is going to bring the chariots. That's why they're trying to keep that thing under wraps, and they've been trying to keep it under wraps for the longest. Because they know that that's the salvation of Israel, And
if I might add, that proves that they know that GMS is the real men of the Lord. They know that GMS got the truth. They know they couldn't go to no other camp and get no footage of prophets prophesying about the end of the world. That's all we do, man. That's the spirit of Yahweh Shai, right? The spirit of prophecy. So now, I'll read back on in 2 Ezra 13. It says, "And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heavens." And like the apostle said, that's those other chariots, man, coming from the mothership. It says, "And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him," which is going into the armies, the other nations, Esau. Because everybody, that's why in Revelations 1:7, the Lord Yahweh Shai said that all eyes shall see him when he come back on the clouds, even they that pierced him. Okay, come.
Yeah, I got a precept to add to you. Is the book of Habakkuk, the 3rd chapter, beginning at the 4th verse. Well, let me start the 3rd verse. "The Most High came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Salah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise," which is alluding to the chariots. "And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand." Now, in the Red Bible, if you look up the word horns, I think it says bright beams. In the middle section, yeah, it says bright beams, right, which are the laser beams which you mentioned, Elder Ricard mentioned. All right, so when it says his brightness was as the light, he had horns, or like I said, if I find it, I'll put it in post-production. The word there for horns would be bright beams. He had horns coming out of his hand, which horn represents power anyway. And there was the hiding of his power, because that's how he's coming back. When Yahweh Shai made that statement, I'm coming back with fire. That's the concentrated fire, the laser beams coming out those chariots, destroying everything in its path.
Right. And when you look at the Blue Letter Bible for the word horns, the word is Quran, and the definition F is of rays of light.
See? Rays of light. Now in the Red Bible, which was printed by the Jehovah's Witness, it says bright beams. Yep. All right? Reading on, it says, "Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet." So this is the prophet Habakkuk. He's seeing this in the vision. And as he's seeing it, he's writing down what he sees. So when we interpret it, when it says, "Before him went the pestilence and burning coals went forth at his feet," that's the lake of fire, which is going to be caused by two things: the laser beams coming out the chariots, and the nuclear missiles, turning America into a lake of fire. That's why the only way you can escape that is to be in the chariots. All right? So, that's pretty much the point. But the prophet Habakkuk saw this in the vision. He saw this happening. That's right. And he wrote it down. So we know it's going to happen. Now you'll notice them other groups, especially IUIC, they don't teach that. No. They don't teach about the destruction of America, America being 100% on fire. Yahweh Shai coming back with the chariots. They don't teach.
That's right.
World War III.
Right.
Yeah,
because that goes into the name of the lesson. See ye indeed, but perceive not. Because here it is, we're telling you, we're showing you out of the scriptures that these things are coming, but you still can't get it. You still can't see it because it's not given to you.
And if I may, the elites of this society, the wicked elite of Esau, they know that's going to happen. Yep. All right, that's why like you said, they make movies about it. And it's our job as being prophets to keep pushing it, to keep teaching about it. That's how Yahushua is coming back.
That's right.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you look up the term seraphim, and you got cherubim on deck, right? The word in the Hebrew is sarapah. Let me just make sure. Yes, sarapah, which when you look it up, the word is, somebody else could get me Isaiah 14 at the end. I'll give you the exact scripture. The word there means serpent, fiery serpent. Then it says poisonous serpent. We know it's not talking about snakes. Fiery from burning effect of poison. Serapah, or seraphim. Majestic beings with 6 wings. They're just going by what it says in Isaiah 6. It's talking about a shuttle ship. It's not all that important, you know, but we go into them root words, you know. But if you go to Isaiah 14 and 29, let's go to that. Isaiah 14 and 29.
It says, Isaiah 14:29, rejoice not thou, whole Palestina, because the rod of him that smote thee is broken. For out of...
That's talking about who's in the land of Palestina right now. You got them so-called Jews and them Arabs. They're fighting against each other, right? So the Lord is saying, don't rejoice because Esau is being brought down. He said, you're going to get jacked up too. That's what that means.
It says, for out of the serpent's root shall come forth a cockatrice, and his fruit shall be a fiery flying serpent.
Now, when you go into the Hebrew, it's the same word, sarapah, all right, which means a fiery flying serpent. Now, when he mentioned the cockatrice egg and all that, it's talking about the missiles coming out of the silos to destroy Esau. But to you people of Palestine, you're going to be destroyed too. So the prophecy is, don't praise the fact that this man's going down, that Esau is going down, because you're going to be destroyed too. And you're going to go into slavery too. Because neither one of you belong in that land. All right?
Yeah, I have a precept for you to back you up, because the Apostle John saw that in a vision on the island of Patmos. This is the book of Revelation, the 9th chapter, the 9th verse. And they had breastplates, as it were, breastplates of iron. That's talking about those missiles, which John saw. And the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle, because those missiles are going to, they're going to be very noisy, especially when they explode. And they had tails like unto scorpions. And
So
they...
you know it's not talking about scorpions and
No.
lions and all that. It ain't talking about a lion's head with a snake's body and a scorpion. It's not talking about it. It's parabolic. And
right.
see, this, we're not even going to stay in this particular topic. Basically, the title was from, what verse is that? Isaiah 6 and 9.